I know you've heard the term Appalachian Wedge before. I mean, our meteorologists say it at least once in a week maybe, but what does it mean and how does it impact your day? Christian Morgan raises your weather IQ.
Well, you probably hear us talk about this a lot, and you've heard us say this a lot, cold air damming, which is the technical name for this. But around here, we usually call it the wedge or the Appalachian Wedge. But what is that, and how does it affect our weather? Let's raise your weather IQ. First of all, let's talk about the air. Cold air is more dense than warm air, meaning the molecules are more tightly packed together and they move slower too. So that cold air stays locked in a little closer to the ground. So when we already have cold or cool air in place and we have a storm system moving in, this will sometimes bring warmer air with it. And because cold air is so dense, that warm air overruns it or goes above it. And as it does, that air cools as it moves higher, upwards, higher into the atmosphere. And this provides enough moisture for clouds and rain to eventually form. Those clouds and rain can lock that cool, moist air in place. So cool temps, steady or light rain and drizzle, fog, mist are all typical conditions with the wedge. Now, it's most common from fall to spring, but if we're in winter, we might mix in some frozen precipitation, sleet, snow, freezing rain, all possibilities with the Appalachian Wedge. So here's a quick little drawing that shows our classic wedge setup here in the Carolinas. We have high pressure off the coast of New England, pumping in that cool, moist air off of the ocean and out of the north. Meanwhile, that warm, moist air moves in from the south, and that cold air gets locked up or banked up against the Appalachian Mountains. That's why we call it the Appalachian Wedge around here. So in a nutshell, cold air damming is one of those unique weather patterns that can catch folks off guard, especially here in the Carolinas. And now the next time the forecast calls for the wedge, you'll know what to expect, and you can wow all your friends and raise their weather IQ too. I'm meteorologist Christian Morgan.
Do you have a question about how the weather works? Well, we want to hear it. You can text your questions to 336-379-5775. Your question could end up being our next Weather IQ.